Welcome to my house. This is I eat for my breakfast, and this is Daddy and Jeremiah. That's from my learning books. My mommy has a nice kitchen, and she can cook chicken and rice and cereal and oatmeal. This is my room. They can only play toys. It's so comfy. This is Mom and Dad's room. That's Mommy's candle. You blow, and it was done for bedtime.
The groundbreaking for us, people that have come through being homeless and landing into a place like this, it's a new beginning for all of us. It gives us that hope that there is people out there that really care for people that go through stuff like that. When we found out that there was programs that do this, well, when we get to where we need to get to, we want to give and help. Because building more of this really gives human beings a new beginning.
Supportive housing is what we utilize to address homelessness. It's the one measure that really ends homelessness. If we put a homeless person, if a person enters into a shelter, they're still homeless. But if they enter into permanent housing, then they're not homeless anymore.
It's part of a housing first process where people have a safe place. They have a place where they can stay, where they can build a foundation that they can grow from. Our goal here is basically to find out what the goals of the families are. What are the goals of the people that are going to live here?
All the programs in Union Station use the service collaborative plans. This helps give us a way of tracking, also helps the residents to be able to plan what it is that they want to do in order for us to assist them to get to that point.
Because we're supportive services, we handle things on a day-to-day basis. So when they come to us and maybe someone's in crisis, we try to get them the necessary help in mental health, connect them with services in that way. It's just basically what do they need on a daily basis.
I have 2 care coordinators on my staff. They provide all kinds of services, sometimes transportation to a doctor's appointment, sometimes just support therapy.
It's very important on supportive housing projects that the tenants would all be screened. And this means they're screened for their credit history, also their criminal background checks are made.
Despite some of the stereotypes, affordable housing really doesn't impact crime. It really doesn't erode the quality of life in the neighborhood. They're highly regulated, they're highly monitored.
The safety level is actually enhanced because we're taking people from off the street and putting them into a situation that's stable regardless of their addiction or their mental health issues. And then it allows us to really start working with those individuals in order to make them people who can contribute to the neighborhood itself.
Property manager is very important. They maintain the property, they execute leases, they enforce house rules.
They regulate to the best of their ability the conduct and the goings and comings of those clients. So it really is a seamless network behind the scenes through housing, through the police department, through the property manager, to the client, and moreover, to the neighborhood.
Even with the parking reductions on these properties, supportive housing projects in Pasadena have not had an adverse effect on parking or traffic. Other mobility options are used: biking, taking public transportation, walking.
Local businesses really don't feel an impact from supportive housing for homeless people. If there is an impact, it's a positive one in that there are fewer people on the street, fewer people in doorways, fewer people sleeping on sidewalks and under bridges.
Supportive housing has been an uplift for property values. Projects are well maintained, well designed. They fit very well into a community, and I think that makes all the difference in the world. Property values continue to rise, and they will continue to rise in Pasadena.
One of the things we're particularly proud of here in Pasadena is that we've seen a 54% drop in homelessness since 2009. It's a really interesting time in homeless services in that with the passage of Proposition H and Triple H, that we see dollars coming in, which is really important for us to actually get at combating and ending homelessness. But the dollars alone are not going to cure this. Housing has to go somewhere, and so we together have to band together and say, yes, I'm willing to have in my neighborhood a residential site so that people can come in and get off the street, and that's going to take a collective effort on all of our parts.
I supported
the development of supportive housing because it fills such a very important need. My experience with Marv's Place, when the neighborhood saw the renderings and they understood the idea of families living together, they began to come on board, was so positive. I would love to see another supportive housing in my district or in the city at large. It really hits the sweet spot of helping homeless people, families, individuals move into a successful lifestyle.
To have a place that you're safe, you're comfortable, you're growing, mentally and physically. You get new thoughts and new plans and new ideas.
Having a foundation, being able to, have a place to start to get back into normalcy, feeling like we can continue to the next step.
And just the quality of life and value of life and just, not being limited anymore.
I'm very grateful to have it. I have a place to live, I have a place to go into, feel safe.
We're human, and we go through stuff. And just having a place like this, it was like, wow. When we finally found ground here, we felt straight at home. We love it so much that we are actually getting involved in the communities. I want to give back. Yeah.